Hi Flosstube, it's Meredith, and I'm back with another Flosstube update. Today is March 26th, and I'm home from work, and it's still light outside, and I love it because daylight savings time has come, or maybe it's ended. I don't know. I think it ended. But I have, let's see, I recorded a video about a month ago and I never uploaded it. So I feel like I've already gone over a lot of stuff with you, even though you never saw it. So I have a lot of things to share. So anyway, that's good. First of all, thank you if you are back, and if you are watching me for the first time, welcome. I wanted to just say thank you for joining me again. Yeah, all I do is go over my cross stitch stuff. I don't have any cool new ideas or anything. It's just me and my stitching. Yeah, so anyway, you get to see what I've been up to. And one of the things I've been up to is a lot of Flosstube watching. I think the last time my last video that I actually uploaded, which was I think it was in February 9th, I was like really far behind on my Flosstube, and I am now very, very happy and proud of myself actually for watching so much. And now I only have 17 videos in my watch later queue. So I'm finally catching up with you all. And now I can finally, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm no longer like behind the times. For a while there I was like 2 months behind, and I don't know. So anyway, that's kind of cool. I've been watching a lot of Flosstube. I've been enjoying everything that everybody's sharing. Yeah, and that is without me deleting a lot of videos, or I haven't unsubscribed from anybody. That's just me watching a lot of Flosstube and me watching it on fast forward, which I've already talked about doing that a million times. So anyway, so I have my notes here. So if you see me looking, that's what I'm doing. And if I can find my notes. Okay. So what have I been up to? Actually, I've put my hand on a lot of my WIPs because I did the Olympic challenge. And so that really got my hands on a lot of stuff, but some of them I haven't made a lot of progress with. So I think I'll just quickly go through them as quickly as I can. And there's not anything this isn't any particular order. I'll just show you what I've been up to. So, and I feel like I do this every time. I just pull out all my WIPs and they're all the same. But this is Mirabilia's Undine, and I've made quite a bit of progress. I think the last time you saw her, I was about right here. I had finished all of her head and her arms. I had backstitched all of the upper portion. And I think I was about here on the body. And so I did all this in probably a couple days, or maybe a couple days worth. So this is Undine. I love her. The colors, I'm sorry, are not, the lighting out here is, in this room is bad, but you kind of get the idea. Yeah. She's turning out nice. I'm trying to see what you can see. So anyway, she's turning out nice. Then I have the big old tail that I need to stitch on it after I get past the little body part. I've been working on this one the last couple days. This is Santorini Sunshine. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is my progress. I actually started parking threads on this one, so there's threads all over the place. This is the one I hand dyed my fabric. And it's turning out okay. I'm doing this 1/1 on 28 count. No, I'm sorry. 2/1 10th stitch on 28 count. And now I did have a bit of a problem with this one. There's I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, so I'm just going to mention it to you again. There's a couple colors, like right here. This is actually, you can kind of see it in the video. This color down here is different from this color. This is like, what is it, 3865? And this one is like a more, it has a greener tint to it. Anyway, they're often next to each other, and I was really, really bothered by the fact that those two colors are so similar, and I cannot tell that those are two buildings. So this morning I was having a bit of a flip out, and my husband is really good with color recognition. He's really good. And so I was going through my stash and trying to find a color that I could substitute whenever the white and this other color are next to each other. I'm like, I don't want to do this color. I don't, what color is it? 3756. So anyway, I went through my stash and I found a color that I can substitute, and I only substitute it when it's next to the white, because I would still like that color because it's actually the color of almost the color of the fabric, which again, awful lighting, can't see, can't tell. But anyway, that's the only thing I've substituted on that. And I'm liking this. This is actually really fun. I don't know. It's the most I've done with this is the first time I've done tent stitch, 2/1. Oh, and the windows I'm doing 1/1 full crosses. I don't know why. I just didn't like the windows in tent stitch the way they looked. They didn't look straight. You know, they looked like they were all leaning, and I didn't like that. So I decided to do everything else tent stitch, and the windows 1/1. Okay. We'll wait on that. This one's Hot Chocolate by Belle and Boo. I also redid this one. I restarted it. This is, let me show you. That's what she looks like. And my cute little bunny's gone. This is how far I've gotten. I'm doing this 1/1. I have what I started before. I have that one here also on the same fabric. This is the 2/1, actually 3/2. I didn't like it. It was too big. And so I decided 1/1 fit my fancy better. And I'm liking how that's turning out. Again, bad colors. You'll have to bear with me, I'm sorry. And I love the Belle and Boo patterns. I just think they're so freaking cute, so adorable. I have almost all of them. I have all the ones with the bunnies, because the bunny is the thing I like the most about the Belle and Boo designs. So anyway, that's that. This one is Woodland Sampler. This one, it was in just cross stitch. Oh, here is the pattern. This is it's 3 parts, and I'm working on part 1. I'm sorry, I'm not going to, oh well, I might as well just take it out, right? Just take it out. I shouldn't let it sit in the Q-snap that long anyway. This has been my Thursday night. Me and Meric are doing a marriage class at our church, and this is what I'm doing when we watch the videos. So this is my Thursday night video watching project. And there it is. I love it still. So I had a bit of an issue. Way over here, I had finished this whole border, and then I realized that all of the little leaves were over 2 stitches and they weren't centered, and that was gonna drive me crazy. This is I want to put this one into the fair in September this year. I want to have it finished and framed, and so I was like, if I'm putting it in the fair, I can't let that slide. There's a few other little mistakes in here that I can let slide that nobody will ever notice, but I couldn't let that slide. So this is part 1. I'm almost finished. I have the double border to go around and finish up the leaves just down here, and that is finished. Part 1, that is. Part 2 and part 3 are about the same size as part 1, and I love this. Love it. So that's that. And I am going to be putting stuff away as I go because it'll be an absolute mess if I don't. So my house is a mess as it is. I just can't handle more mess. So that's what we're doing. Okay, next. I barely touched this one, and I don't have a picture of it. You know what? I don't even have, yeah, I don't have a picture of it. Tapestry by Lesley Teare on Black Ada. I can't remember the count. It's probably 16. It's perfect for Easter, right? Oh, look at those cute bunnies. Yeah, that's it. I think all I've worked on over here was the leaves, some of the border. I started this bird right there. Yeah, that's all I did. This I worked on part of the Olympic challenge, and I really only worked on it like a couple of hours, so there wasn't a lot of progress with it. This is Leilani by Mirabilia. This is the free pattern. Again, I don't have a picture, but you get the idea. She's got a body. No head. No legs. Just a body. Nice body, I have to admit. This one, I am not doing the called for flosses, or I'm doing most of it's converted. I did like a stitch from stash thing. So I'm using variegated DMC in the flowers and in the skirt. I'm using beads from my stash, and yeah, I like her. I like this one. This one's on a Joblin. Yeah, I think this is on a Joblin fabric, and I really like it. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what fabrics I like. I know I like even weaves, and I hate linen. Linen is so hard for me. I think I just need to practice. Okay, here's Meric piece. This is the one that of me and my husband. That is his forehead and my eyebrow. He's the one with the big head, and I'm the one with the small head. I'm liking this. This is full coverage. This is, I believe, on 16 count, maybe 18 count Ada. Yeah. This is 2.5 pages. The page 1 and 2 are full, and then the third page is only half. So I finished page 1, 2, and 3. I was really, really happy to finish that. This is coming along really. I love stitching on this one. This one's just, I don't know. I think the color changes are nice. All the confetti. I hate, the confetti is a bear, but in the end I like it, so. Here is Bergama Borders. Do I have a picture of this? This one's by Seba Designs. I don't. No. But this is page 1 finished. I did work on this one in the Olympic challenge. I finally got, this is all page 1. So nice. So nice. I am also doing a DMC conversion on this. I'm using the variegated blues and reds. Of course, black is 310. Yeah, I love this piece. Maybe I'll put this one in the fair. But there's a lot more to go on that. That's page 1 and 2 are only half pages, and page 3 and 4 are full pages, so I still have quite a bit left to do on that. Okay. Starry Night. Y'all know what it looks like. I've really considered redoing this with DMC flosses and not with the wools. They drive me insane. I feel like it's all lumpy, bumpy, can't stand it. Not happy. It's been in timeout for a really long time. I did work on it for the Olympic challenge though. This one is Three Dogs A Leaping. It's the cover one. barely worked on this one. Ta-da! That's it. This one's on an even weave with DMCs. Oh, it's antique white even weave. MCG Textiles. I am having an issue with their fabrics. I'm sorry. I'll get into that later. Alright. This one I think I barely worked on. Oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't work on this. I don't remember. It was so long ago. Oh. You know it. You've all seen it. Everybody's doing it. This one is Ink-Spired. Be Ink-Spired by Emmer Congdon. And I like it. But obviously, I've hardly worked on it. Fun, Ada. It's fun. When I get to it, it'll be awesome when it's all said and done. It's not one that I'm wishy-washy on. I will finish. This one I don't think I even touched either, but see if I can show you the picture. It all begins here. This is from the XStitch magazine. A lot of people have been talking about it. I bought the first edition when it first came out, and now I think Andrea in Colorado was the first person I heard of it by, and then Stitcherista did a review on it. Anyway, fun magazine. I didn't really think I was going to find anything in the second one. It's so weird because it was the Beats edition and it's all music, but the stuff I saw didn't really seem to catch me. But the one in the third one, or that's gonna come out, or has it come out, that one looked a little more interesting. Anyway, this is what I've done. That's it. Fun times. Oh, by the way, I dyed this fabric. I think I told you that last time. It's hard to see, but I'm up for the challenge. Okay. The next things I did, so that's all my WIPs. Now I did have a couple new starts and finishes, actually. One of them I've already given away to my mom, and if I can find a picture, I'll post it here. If I can do that. But it's Musical Trio, and I have the pattern here somewhere. Oh yeah, it's Musical Trio Part 1. This is the pattern. Oh, there's a lot of glare. It's all specialty stitches, and it's from Oksana, and I don't know how to say the last name because it's all in Russian and the group is all in Russian and I have to Google translate it all. But anyway, this is it. And what I did is I was just practicing some stitches, and I pulled out some fabric and I was just practicing, and I started in the middle, and I just decided it was looking really nice and I liked the way it was turning out. So I ended up just stitching as much as I could until I got to not the edge of the border, but left myself a selvage of enough where I could frame it. And so it ended up being about about this big inside these square boxes. So anyway, I bought that, and I bought several others from her that I will show you, and I framed it, and again, hopefully you will have seen the picture already. And so that was a start and a finish, and then I also have a start and a finish, but not a FFO. So if you saw my last video, I finished the You Are So Loved by Snowflower Diaries, and it's that, and it's super cute. And I'm not going to do it in a pillow. I'm just going to do it in a frame. So this is what I did. You Are So Loved, and I switched out the DMCs, and you can watch my last video on that. And then I was at the thrift store yesterday, and sorry, my door's open and there's probably lots of activity going on outside. I was at the thrift store yesterday and I found a little inexpensive frame that I will put it in, and I thought it's like a natural wood color. I thought that would be nice. Kind of, it's just very natural looking. So I will finish that up soon. So I actually I feel like I haven't had finishes. Like I feel like I just start everything and I don't finish anything, but I have to remember I did finish some things. Small things. I have a lot of big things I haven't finished yet. That's crazy. So those are my starts and some new starts and some finishes. And then I have a couple new other, let's see, a couple other starts. One is a redo, which I showed you also in my last video, but here I'll go into more detail about these. So these are the pieces that I had mentioned in my last video that I was gonna stitch my grandma a bookmark, and I bought some patterns off of Linen Flowers, and it's linenflowers.com, and so I ended up stitching it. I ended up making a mistake, big giant mistake. Here it is. Oh wait, wrong way. It's nice. I like it. Just made a mistake. But here's the patterns. Here's some other, the rest of them. Oh, you know what? Hold on just a second. I'm going to see if I can get rid of the lines, the sun lines. Okay, so those are the other patterns. It's all black work, and this is black work crosses 2. So this was the one I was stitching, but there's lots of other ones there. And this is black work crosses 1. And the other one I was thinking about doing was this rose one down here with the roses. But the other one went out, so. So anyway, that was a start. I'm gonna, if I decide to go back to it, we'll see. But it was a start and unfinished project. And then I decided to start the Linens and Threads Mystery Sampler 2017. And I know I've seen several people, I think Kathy, you're doing it. And there's lots of other people doing it. So I decided to jump on the bandwagon. I don't think I have the full pattern. This is just January. But that's what it looks like. And it's a free pattern on linensandthreads.com. And I'm decided to do this. I tea-dyed this fabric. And I decided to do it 1/1. And no more back shaming. That was my back. This is my front. I didn't even recognize that. Anyway, that's my front. And I decided to do a little bit of, with the colors. I decided to use colors from my, historical coat of arms. Not that I'm a history buff or anything, but I'm just looking for ideas for colors. So I decided to use my coat of arms colors and Eric's family's coat of arms colors. So he's a Martinez, and I'm a Hatfield, now Martinez. And so his coat of arms colors, this one, I figured I'm going to do the 2017 in his coat of arms colors, and I'm going to do the 2018 sampler in my coat of arms colors. So his coat of arms colors are black, green, gold, and then you can barely see the blue. I just started the blue. So those are his coat of arms colors. My coat of arms colors are, it's actually sable, which is black, white, exciting already, right? Red, let's see if I can do this. I'm not going to be able to do this. Red and gold. So I wanted them to kind of be together, side by side. I wanted them to be similar colors. So I'm using the colors that we both share in our coat of arms. I'm going to keep those the same. He's got blue and green, and I have, he's got, blue and green that I don't have, and I have red and white that his doesn't have. So anyway, and I figure if when I finish them when I'm 90, I will frame them side by side, and they'll look like a pair, and I'm gonna tea dye the fabric. By the way, by the way, this is Charles Craft Monaco in, was this the cream? No, antique white. And this was just, that's the fabric. Oh, sorry, you can't see it. Bad. It will show. Kind of. Okay, there we go. And I used just Lipton tea, like 12 bags. And I really, really like the way it turned out. When I did a floss toss, I bought 5 different types of fabric to try this pattern on. And I bought some linen and I bought some other things, and none of it was working. The linen wasn't working because I don't stitch well on linen. Some of them were either too big a count, and I didn't have pieces that were big enough. And I finally decided to do this 28 count 1/1, and it was big enough. The fabric I had was big enough. But when I first floss tossed it with the antique white, it didn't go well with the colors that I had chosen. Like it was kind of like it was cream, but it almost looked like it had a green tint to it when I put the color. You know how colors change when you put them up next to different other colors. So it wasn't quite right. And so I kind of brushed it aside, and then I tried stitching on all these other fabrics, and none of them were working. And then I decided, well, maybe I'll just tea dye it, and it turned out great. I love it. I love it. So now I have to try and tea dye my second piece of fabric the same. Good luck with that, right? But I have faith in myself, and it will be great. And let's see. I think the 2018 sampler is like a medieval theme. And the only reason why I decided to do my coat of arms in the 2018 sampler, because I'm really hoping there's a unicorn in it somewhere. I really, really, really hope it is. And if not, it's fine. But my last name seems to be a bit older than Eric's last name. And I figure medieval is old. And yeah. And I think I have, well, you can only see this is January's 2018 sampler. Anyway, just get it out of the way. Okay, so I think that's all of my new starts. Now, I have quite a bit of haul. And it's not, I didn't spend very much because there's a bunch of freebies. So, I'm just going to go through it, and we'll see what comes up in my stack here. So, this one I love, and I'm going to start this week. It's by Tilton Crafts. It's called Primrose. And let me see if I can do this. And it's by Alphonse Mucha. You know what? This isn't going to work. Okay, maybe now. Maybe now. Lighter again. Okay, sun is finally setting. Tilton Crafts Primrose. Anyway, it's very, very pretty. I have ordered fabric from Tilton Crafts that hasn't gotten here and is back ordered, and I've been waiting for 3 weeks, and I'm like, ugh. So I ended up ordering 25 count from 123 Stitch, and I should be getting it tomorrow. So I'm very excited, and I bought the extra floss. I have a whole DMC set. I finally collected all my DMC flosses, and I have a complete set, so I'm going to use that. And I bought extra flosses for the ones that call for more than one floss. So anyway, I'm really excited to start that. The next thing in my pile of, well, I've already showed you the linens and thread samplers, so we'll get those out of the way. And I have, well, I can show you these. These are not part of my haul, but maybe you haven't seen them. All my Belle and Boo favorites. Here's Belle and Boo. I'm just going to quickly go through these. Belle and Boo, I don't know what it's called, but it came as a freebie in one of the magazines. I think maybe Cross Stitcher. Christmas. Belle and Boo. Catching Snow. Isn't she super cute? Oh my gosh. And if you can see, she's got snow. Maybe I'll go this way. Dandelion. Windy Day. These are not freebies. I did purchase these, belleandboo.com, and I think I got them on sale for like $5 each, and they were downloads. This one is Windy Day. Snowman. Look at, he's like so cute. Winter Swing. It's so cute. I might have shown these already. I don't know. Christmas Stocking. Feed the Chicks. Super cute. Okay, that's all my Belle and Boo. Then, let's see if I can find all these to put all these together. Sorry, I should have organized these, but I didn't. Okay, so this is also part of the Russian group that on Facebook, and I will put a link below because I don't know what the title is. I can't figure out what it's called. It's been on Stitch Mania, and I think Marina Morgenstern. If you've seen Felicity Stitches, she talks about it, about her, and so the designs that are coming out of this group. And Oksana, again, I don't know her name, I'm very sorry, is the designer. So she does all sorts of specialty stitches. And I don't know the titles of some of this one. I don't know the title of because the title is here in an image, and I couldn't like copy and paste it into Google Translate. But it's very pretty. That one. This one is called Evening. These are, again, all specialty stitches. They weren't very hard to do at all. Like she, with the pattern, has all the directions on how to do the specialty stitches. So it was very easy to follow. This one is called New Year's Dance. Light. This one, I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember. It's very pretty. And when you know, with the picture that I had posted, it's so much better. These are just graphic, just the computerized graphic things. So they obviously are, I don't know if it goes this way, or if it goes this way, but it's called Love. Now these two are part of the musical trio, the one that I stitched. I don't know, one of them's number 2 and the other one's number 3, and I don't know which one. I bought the whole all three trios for about, I don't know if it was 800 rubles, which ended up being like 10 to 15 bucks. It was very inexpensive. And then that's one of the trios. Now, Marina Morgenstein, so bad. This is the one that she did. And, and Stitcherista posted this picture. She had done this one, Marina had done this one, and put in a box. And Stitcherista showed this finished in the box. So that's this pattern. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. So I was like, I can do it. Probably not as good as Marina, but I can do it. So those are those. Again, she does have quite a few of these are freebies. The musical trio was not, but there you go. If you get added to the group, she has them just available for you to download. So they were just really, I don't know, fun little pieces. The other thing I got into, as everybody's talking about it, I'm in the Soulful Stitching group, and before that, there was the Joyful World Stitch Along, and I downloaded all of them, and I have them here, and I will be starting this sometime soon, hopefully. It's so cute. There are so many cute, like, all I had to see was the dog one and the bunny one, and I was sold. Like, it's super, this fox is super cute, But once I saw those other two, it was like, oh, please. There's no way you're going to keep me from doing this. So anyway, I'll be doing this, and I think a lot of you are doing this also. Oh, here comes my husband. Oh, here's a very pretty picture that a friend of mine took in the stack. I also purchased from Lindy Stitches, I Love You More Than Yesterday, because yesterday you got on my nerves. Yes, I love it. Love it. Lindy Stitches, I was watching her video, and she was talking about castles in the air and around the world in 80 stitches, and I downloaded those two because they were pretty. So this is, well, you can't really see the picture. Actually, you'll have to go on to Papillon Creations and look at the pictures, but I downloaded the specialty stitch version and the cross stitch version. This is around the world in 80 days, or around 80 stitches. I'm looking to see if my husband, he's going to be like, what are you doing? And then Castles in the Air. Oh, here's the picture. This is the cross stitch version, and that is the specialty stitch version. Yeah. I also got Lindy Stitches, All My Neighbors. We got much flavor. I don't know. I kind of am really trying to be neighborly. I'm trying to get to know my neighbors, so I thought if I stitch this up and put it up in my wall, I'd be reminded to like step outside of my comfort zone and say hi, because we know how hard it is sometimes. Now the rest of these I saw, hold on just a second. He's coming in. But he likes to take his time.
Are you there? Can you hear me? Talking to me?
Yeah, actually I'm talking to Flosstube.
Oh.
I'm waiting for you to come in so I can tell you that I'm doing a Flosstube video right now.
Are you live?
Yeah, no. I'm not live. But anyway, okay. So now that he knows that I'm recording, I just had to like get that out of the way so he knew. Okay, so I was watching Pam and Steph just keep stitching, and they had talked about going on Craftsy and downloading some patterns, and I have been on Craftsy a lot for knitting and crochet stuff when I used to do that a while ago, and I never even thought about going on there for cross stitch, and just because there aren't a lot of videos like tutorials on cross stitch on Craftsy, but they had a lot of patterns. And so I scrolled through all of their libraries, and I picked out a few that I liked. I think 2 of them were free, and 2 of them I purchased. So the first one was free. This is by Brooks Books, and it's Seasonal Pantry Spring. And of course, why did I get that? Rabbit. Super cute. Looks like really easy, kind of fun, a little quick stitch. I need to look for more little quick stitch projects. Anyway, that one was free. The other one I got, oh wait, you know what? Am I missing one? I know I got 4, but I only have 3 here. He's looking at me funny. You can cross by here if you need.
I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm just curious.
Okay, the other one I got, I'm missing one. Anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, did you not see this one?
What's it say?
It's the tape. It's the tape.
Oh, the logo?
It's the tape. Yeah, the Mix, Awesome Mix Volume 2, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I love this movie, and my favorite character is Rocket. Rocket's awesome. Like, by far the best character. And then I got Vintage Mermaid, XStitchPatterns.com. I did purchase this one. So pretty. This is kind of along the lines of, full cover. I think it's full coverage, but I'm sorry, there's like a ton of white up there. Yeah, so anyway, but she's very pretty. Love the mermaid. And this will be another lifelong project, I'm sure. But I purchased this one too. And then I'm really like, where in the world happened to it? Anyway, I don't know where it is. I'll remember it. I can't remember it. Anyway, I'll have to show it on my next video if I ever find it. So that's all my haul. Oh no, well, yeah. I got other things, but I went out and bought an alt light today. And because they had him 40% off. And then along the way, I've bought floss and fabric and all that. Anyway, that's enough of my haul. Now, the last thing I got into is I did some fabric dyeing. And some of it I'm happy with, and some of it I'm like, eh. So we'll start with the one first, because just get it out of the way. I don't know. Okay. This is MCG Textiles. This is Antique White. And I dyed this with, I mixed a little bit of navy. I was going for a dark look. So this is dark. It's kind of muted. I probably didn't get in there enough. But look at that. Look at those lines. So as I'm looking at the fabric, okay, so this side, the fibers going crosswise this way took the dye. The fibers going this way did not. It's like tweedy looking. Isn't that weird? Is that normal? Has anybody had this problem? I'm really curious. And has anybody had the problem of the lines going through the fabric? Like, I don't know. Is it just cheap fabric? I'm sure. Yeah, it is. And then there was some spots here that I think are in the fabric. I just soaked the whole thing. I didn't like splash color on or anything. So anyway, this was an interesting thing. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm not real happy with it. I mean, looks very tweedy. I don't know if you can see. It's so weird. Anyway, that's the whole piece. Just a couple dots, but those two lines, there's two sets of lines. Maybe it's just the way the bolt, that section of fabric on the bolt that I got, I don't know. So that's that. Again, not super happy with it. But so that I did like a while ago, but just this weekend, I tea dyed some fabric. And I had a bunch of different teas. Some of them were actually expired, so we weren't going to drink them. But I was just trying to see. Eric's laughing at me. I'm not going to drink it. I don't drink tea anyway. Tea, if you don't drink it, is perfect for dyeing. So I dyed a couple different fabrics. I dyed 2 even weaves, and I dyed 4 Adas, and I used 4 different teas. So I will go through those. First of all, again, this is MCG Textiles. This is like cardboard. This is like card stock, poster board. Like after I dyed it, it's crazy. Maybe what I'll do is I'll post pictures on Instagram to show you better because the lighting I know is really bad. This one was the Cream Even Weave by MCG Textiles, right? Well, it says Antique White, but it was pretty much cream. And this one I did in Earl Grey. Then I did the Cream Even Weave also in the raspberry tea that I bought. And you really can't tell a difference because the lighting is so sucky. But let me see if I can get close. No, you can't really tell. I will post pictures on Instagram. But I was really surprised at how stiff this fabric turned out. I've ironed them and everything, but man, it is like stiff. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to stitch on it. So that was Earl Grey and raspberry tea. Then my Adas turned out much softer. So just to give you an idea, this is, can't tell. See if I go back. No. I should get my new Ot light out. Maybe if I put it up against something white. A little better. Anyway, this one came down a little bit, had some modeling to it. Don't know how that happened, but it turned out nice. Yeah, you can't really tell. But I was really, thought this was my favorite, I think. can't see it. I'm so sad. Anyway. That one was the raspberry. Then I did a peach, which was basically white. Can't tell. It's a little off-white. Then I did Earl Grey again in the Ada and the green tea. So let me see if I can show these all. The lighting's awful. I'm really, really sorry. They are different colors, I promise. I don't think. No, that's really bad. That's really bad. Standing back. Nope, can't really tell. Anyway, I had fun dyeing them. Like I said, I will post pictures on Instagram so that you can see the difference in those. But it was fun. I had a little just experimental dye day, and I wouldn't hesitate to do it again. I have a couple other teas that I wouldn't mind trying when I get some more fabric. The only reason why I did the even weave also was because the weave on it wasn't straight. I seem to always find the weaves that aren't straight. I don't know what it is, but I figured I'd just cut it up and dye it just for, just to see the difference in the colors and go from there. So anyway, that's all my experimentation, all my haul, all my works in progress. What are my plans? I do plan on starting Primrose. I plan on doing that this week when I get my fabric, hopefully tomorrow. And I'm going to continue stitching just on whatever I feel like, whenever I feel like it. So I don't like to keep myself to too much of a schedule because I find that takes away my joy. But we'll see. I don't know. I feel like I want to get some finishes. I'm really close to finishing part 1 of the Woodland sampler. So I might pop that out real quick. And then I'm not really close to finishing anything else. I've been working really hard on Santorini Sunshine, so that might be my next finish. Yeah, but that's it. Feel free to message, say hi, like and subscribe. I enjoy having conversations, and I do respond to everybody. If I haven't responded to you, it means I haven't seen your post, and if that's the case, just message me again or comment again. I really do. I mean, I'm like the most unpopular Facebook floss tuber. That's what I feel like, because nobody, like, I am so grateful for those of you who watch, and I love that some of you watch all the time and comment, and it makes me very, very happy. But I also know I'm not one of the most popular ones. Kind of the story of my life. But anyway, I'm good with it. I do this because I like stitching, and I want to keep track of what I'm doing, and also just to share with you guys. So again, feel free to like and subscribe and make a comment here and there, and yeah, I'll see you next time, whenever that is. No schedules makes me happy. So till next time, have a great stitchy day. Bye.